Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Our first match reaction of the new season, and what a way to start. Barcelona beating Mallorca away from home in a very dominant, comfortable, and cruising fashion. Barcelona beat them 3-0. Mallorca pick up 2 red cards, and Barcelona finish off the game in the first half. But before we do get started on the video, guys, if you guys do want to join and also give your thoughts, feel free. I do post a link on X and as well on YouTube. So go over there and click the link if you guys do want to join the stream. And also a link to become a member and to all my social media platforms is also posted down below. But guys, looking at the lineup for tonight's match, Hansi Flick, he started off strong as expected. First game of the new season. You had Joan Garcia in goal, Alejandro Balde, Pau Coesi, Ron Rajo, and interesting that Eric Garcia started instead of Jules Koundé. There were rumors that Jules Koundé arrived late to the pre-match meeting, but this was also the second game in a row in which Eric Garcia has started. And there were even reports saying that Hansi Flick is now having doubts on who is the starter in that right back position. Let's see. In the midfield, Pedri and Frankie de Jong, as expected. Up top, Raphinha, Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal, and Ferran. Fermin Lopez starting ahead of Daniel Olmo, as he's been really, really good in these past couple of games. And overall, Barcelona starting off really strong, getting the 3 points. Absolutely fantastic. But NJ, welcome. Good to see you. Thoughts on the game? Because I know my insight on the match was that Barcelona, they just finished it in the first half. In the first half, Barcelona got the goals, and then from then on, second half in cruise control, trying to slow the game down, trying to just be professional and just end the game. And then towards the end, you had Lamine Yamal magic getting the third. But what were your thoughts on the overall match as a whole?
To be fair, like I agree with what you said. Like the first half, we finished it off right away. The second half was more like, oh, can you like handle the the pressure of can you maintain the possession and everything, which is true because again since them having down 9 people, they're gonna be hungry right at attack. But then for us, we were able to like hold it off. Make sure like we don't make a lot of mistakes, but just like just probably 1 or 2 mistakes. But overall, it was just like maintaining it all in the end, which is all right. 'Cause again, it's the first scene of the game, right? So yeah, for them to like hold it up right away, it shows a good sample for what that they can handle it.
Absolutely. And what was funny is that Barcelona, they actually used the third kit of last season. We didn't even announce our new third kit because Barcelona weren't able to use neither our home kit or our away kit because I believe the shorts and the color of the home kit would just clash with that of Mallorca. And so
Yeah,
Barcelona, they used last season's third kit, which is pretty funny. There were some people saying in the comments, Barcelona not even able to register their
yeah,
kits.
yeah, yeah. That,
that
that's how
was actually pretty funny.
the club is too much drama, bro. It's not.
Drama every single day.
Yeah,
But Barcelona actually started off really well.
yeah.
Around the 77th minute, Barcelona, they get the lead through a great Lamine Yamal cross
Mm-hmm.
into Raphinha, who makes a good run in behind the Mallorca right back, and Barcelona
Yeah.
get the lead. There was some controversy in the build-up as whether the ball went out of bounds. When you look at it at a closer view and a closer angle, you can see that a portion of the ball does go out, but not the entirety of the ball.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
so there were some Mallorca fans and some people on social media who are upset at that. Obviously rival fans, but Barcelona rightfully get the goal in their favor. A couple minutes later, you had this Muriqi chance. Joan Garcia makes a good save straight at the goalkeeper. But then right after, a couple minutes later, there was a controversial, which we did talk about it in the
Yeah.
halftime space, a controversial goal from Ferran Torres. Now, why do you guys ask it's controversial? Well, in the build up to that play, Lamine Yamal shoots the ball and the defender clears it. He clears it by heading the ball away, but then he falls into the ground. And why that's controversial is because, as you guys can see right here, I don't know if I can make the screen a little bit bigger right there, but you can see the referee. He's holding his hand towards his mouth, and he has his whistle right there. And so the Mallorca players think that he's going to be blowing the whistle, but he never actually blows the whistle. Ferran Torres takes advantage of that. He plays until he actually hears the whistle, and he scores a great goal from that distance. And you see the Mallorca players upset. They're you see this image right here of the referee going to the Mallorca coach, explaining why the goal stood. And NJ, I know we talked about this in the halftime space,
Yeah.
but just to reiterate, thoughts on this whole sequence of play. Do you think this goal should have stood, or are you of the mindset of just saying, hey, this goal should have been disallowed?
No, the goal count, because again, I told you, there was no, a push to the player or whatever. He went for the ball. So, that's basically it. He didn't, because again, there are other fans saying, oh, they were comparing it to the Ericsson, the heart condition in Euros. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, it's not.
yeah, in the
It's
Euros.
it's not the same, bro. It's not the same. What are you guys on? Like
Yeah.
like the guy went for the ball while Christensen just walked in, passed out. The guy went for the ball. It's not a play where you have to stop it. He went for the ball. In the end of the day, yeah,
Absolutely. And the referee is not going to stop the ball, every single time the defender clears it, because
yeah,
then, like every single time that happens, the defender's just going to fall into the ground, the referee just going
yeah.
to call it. No, you can't really do that. It's not,
That's your job.
a collision
Uh,
of heads.
yeah,
It's the defender's job to clear the ball,
yeah,
and
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
just and it's unfortunate. But a
yeah.
couple minutes after, roughly around the 32nd minute, Mallorca get their first red card. And this is after a fantastic Lamine Yamal sequence in which he's weaving past the players. He has an amazing dribble. And one of the players, let me see his name, Morlanes, he actually commits a foul. He was booked previously due to some of the protests from that previous Ferran Torres incident. And then he commits that foul. Lamine Yamal falls to the ground. Foul. He's
Yeah.
breaking up the play. Lamine Yamal is getting into a dangerous spot, and he picks up a second yellow. And that's Mallorca's first red card. Obviously, they're frustrated. They can't really complain much. The referee isn't going to, forgive them for that error. Lamine Yamal takes a free kick. Nothing happens. But right after that, just 5 minutes later, there was another instance in which Muriqi, their striker, picks up a yellow card. Now, originally that was a yellow card, but after review, that yellow card turned into a red because, as you can see right here, Muriqi literally cleats hits Joan Garcia in the face.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, this is as clear as a red card as it gets. You know,
Yeah.
it is as simple as
It
that.
is.
Dangerous play.
And also, John Garcia was already in action before him. So exactly. But if it's the other guy did the action first, then yeah, sure, a foul, yellow, whatever. But it was John Garcia who did the action first. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a red.
Just so you guys can see the instance right here. This is
Yeah, that's funny
Muriki's
though.
foot. Exactly. He literally has his foot in his face. And this is not Joan Garcia is pretty tall, guys. This is not Joan Garcia, diving onto the floor, as you guys know that picture of Gavi against Athletic Club in the San Mamés where he just literally just dives onto the floor. No, this isn't like that. This is Muriqui having a high boo, hits Joan Garcia in the face, and then the referee goes to VAR, reviews it, and gives him a red card. And
Yeah.
so in 35 minutes, Mallorca, they're down 2-0, and they are down to 9 men. Barcelona will take advantage of that. They close out the rest of the half. Before they actually do, they had this instance in which Raphinha makes an unnecessary tackle, an unnecessary challenge. The Mallorca players they were calling for a red card. Raphinha gets booked. He has a yellow, but that's exactly the type of thing that you wanted to avoid. You didn't want to give Mallorca
Yeah.
anything. And the second half, it was pretty uneventful, guys. I'm gonna be pretty honest. There wasn't really much until literally the last kick of the game, in which Lamine Yamal he had a nice little sequence of play. He was dribbling in behind, and he was able to cut inside and finish it into the top left-hand corner. Absolutely amazing Lamine Yamal goal to close off the game. NJ, thoughts on the third goal? Lamine Yamal is he's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. It's a classic for him now. It's like it's part of his tool now, I guess. pretty much, like cut in, then just kick the ball, far away. Yeah, it's part of the game now.
And what's funny is that as I'm telling you guys how, Barcelona, they in the second half they were cruising. They weren't really having that much intensity in the match. Hansi Flick, I actually just I'm scrolling on social media right here, and Hansi Flick he actually spoke about the match, and he says, "I didn't like the match. My team played at 50%, and this is not possible. I need to speak to the players." And Selvin, he was talking about it
Yeah, yeah, I did.
in the watch along. He was mentioning how, hey, Barcelona, they have these their starters out there. Hansi Flick is not making rotations, even though Mallorca they're down to 9 men. But Barcelona, they're cruising. They're not having that intensity. And
Yeah,
this is the type of thing that you obviously do want to avoid. But at the same time, I do see the instance of saying, hey, you're down to nine
nine
men. You
exactly.
you want to keep the game professional and just coast it. But
Yeah,
Hansi Flick reiterating that desire to stay motivated
yeah, for
and to
sure.
make sure that intensity stays high. And what did you make of those quotes from Hansi Flick?
I mean, yeah, with Flick, he has a point for sure as well. Because again, like let's say like during like what around March and stuff like that, then they did that. Then sure, for sure, I'm with you. Like, yeah, it's not good enough, but it's the first game of the season. Also, like, come on, bro, it's 9 people, 9 players there, man. Like it's gonna be hard on attacking and scoring against them because they're gonna be parking the bus. So it made it made sense why they like just cruise around. Like again. You try to avoid injuries too much. Like and also as well. I saw it when people were saying, "Oh well, if they're just cruising, then why did you not sub off the players?" But again, you need to balance the players still to avoid the mistakes. That's why Pedri was playing this there still because to make sure like in case of any mistakes happens, he's there to like stop it. So that's why I feel like the reason why Flick had a good point. At the same time, you at least also have a good point why they were just
No,
cruising as well.
no,
So
it's understandable. Since
yeah,
Sylvan he
exactly.
builds up. He says, hence why I said my statement. Flick demands 100%,
Yeah,
even if
you're
it's
right.
our first game back. We
Yeah, you're
have
right.
all these starters in, so yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, something as well. But at the same time, Alex is also right about it too. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's 37 games plus still get to play. Like I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
lower. I'm not saying lower the standards. I'm just saying, would you want to give 100% against 9 people? Like like, knowing that it could cost you an injury or a yellow. Nah, not really. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it would have been nice to score more goals, but again, it was just hard to score against them.
No.
Against them,
But what I do like from Hansi Flick is this is the type of mentality, this is the attitude that has propelled Barcelona to be so successful
exactly.
last
Yeah.
season. It's that hunger, that motivation, that winning
Hmm.
mentality that says, hey, even if they have 9 players, let's go at them. Let's score three, four,
Oh, 100%.
five, six. That's what made his Bayern team so ruthless and generally, one of the best teams in,
Yeah.
recent history.
Yeah, you're right.
And obviously you have your fantastic players up top, you have your talent, but when you
Mhm.
have everyone pulling in the same direction, it makes everything so much more easier. Van Lee,
Dude.
welcome, good
Yeah.
to see you. He says, Lamine the dream. Everyone on the front line scored. That's true. Raphinha gets the first, Ferran gets the second, and
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal gets the third.
Yeah.
Absolutely great way to start the match. We weren't at 100%, but it was a great start. Barcelona
Mhm.
get the 3 points.
They were
We
trying to score more goals in the end, but again, it's part of football. You can't score even though if you try, right?
yeah.
So yeah. End of the
Yeah,
day,
that
as long as you like, you're very very serious at it when you play. Try to you're trying the end and trying to win. Then that's good enough for
yeah,
now. For
absolutely.
for for now. For now.
Yeah, and he's Van Lee, he continues on. He says, "I'm happy with the three. Love. We peaked too early last year." And right here is just building up the momentum,
Exactly.
building
Yeah.
up the sharpness, getting back into the groove. Barcelona, they had a nice little period of vacation, nice little bit of rest. We had a good preseason, and it's now building up towards those big games,
Yeah.
building
For
up towards
sure.
the Champions League group stages. We're talking about it in the watch long. Barcelona going to be playing their first Champions League match in roughly around the second
September.
week of
September.
September. Yeah, mid-September,
Right now
around
it's too
there.
hot right now, bro. It's too hot.
Yeah, yeah, it's way too hot in Europe at the moment,
Yeah,
but it was a good win for Barcelona. We get the
yeah,
three
for sure.
points, not overexerting ourselves too much, but we start off the league campaign on a good manner, no injuries, and we just move on.
Yeah, right. 100%.
Absolutely.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Van Lee, he says, do you think a crowded Montjuic is better than one-third of the Clásico?
So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by
Oh,
that?
no, he's talking about the Camp now. He's talking about the
Oh,
Camp
like
now.
now, like that, like the new camp now.
Uh-huh. Well, my opinion is I believe that the Camp now is going to be better because it's much more closer. And so even though let's say it's not the Montjuic at full capacity may feel more than the Camp Nou stadium, but because it's so congested, because like it's much
Yeah,
closer to the pitch, it's going to be much better. And even still, the Camp Nou, even at one-third capacity, it's still massive. I think
yeah, it is.
capacity
It is.
for at full capacity is going to be 100,000. So if you cut that in 33,000, it's
That's
going to
fine though.
be
That's what I'm
absolutely
saying.
massive for Barca.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Even if it's like 1/3, it's still good because again, like as long as the buildings are stable and stuff, everything, then it should be all right. But
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay not being full house yet. But as long as you're able to like host 1/3 of it, then it should be fine for now.
Yeah, that's true. Um, Montjuic is a track and field stadium, negative aura, bad viewing experience for fans, and it's true. And also, it's very difficult for the fans to get there as well.
And
You know,
yeah, it's
it's
far. It's far from
yeah.
actual Barcelona itself. Cause I've been there before. Yeah, it's far, bro. I'm like, fuck that. Yeah, I'm not going there. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, but when I went to Spain, Barcelona last year, I wanted to watch Barcelona. I'm like, yeah, fuck, that's too far. I'm not fucking waiting outside too long.
Uh-huh. But also, one thing that I do want to touch upon, guys, but before we end off the video, but I want to talk very briefly about Joan Garcia, because even though Joan Garcia, he wasn't really involved much, he wasn't really called upon, I thought he had a great game. He was, I felt so much comfort and
Yeah.
confidence in him, knowing that, if anything comes his way, he could do something. I don't know if you had that same reaction.
Yeah, bro. I told you, bro. That he's the goalkeeper that we needed, bro, from last year. Bro. I told you
Oh,
last year.
dude, he is a godsend. I absolutely cannot wait to see him more
Yeah,
often.
see, can't lie
And
though. Since
first
that,
game?
yeah, first game. I mean, yeah, I can't lie that I missed the Elias and Master Sagan relationship. Kind of miss it though. Kind of miss that
Uh,
reaction stage.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah,
Um,
great, bro. Great start for Young Garcia. He's more like a daredevil now. Like he's not afraid of going for the ball, which is
uh-huh.
what we need for a goalkeeper. And he's very fast, bro. His reaction are so quick, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's great
Mm-hmm.
for a goalkeeper.
Kudam, the man of the match, it was Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal got the MVP award. After that third goal and because of assist, he ended it off with like a celebration. I want to see if I have it
Yeah,
right
the
here.
crown. Yeah, like
Yeah, the crown, but
like the
it was
LeBron
absolutely
thing,
hype.
like
Yeah.
LeBron, whatever.
Uh-huh. Van Lee says, Joan Garcia makes me feel very comfortable and secure. Chesney and Ter Stegen raises my blood pressure.
I mean, when Chelsea, I was okay because I know that he doesn't play the Barca style of goalkeeping until he came here and started learning. Yeah, so,
Mm-hmm.
but with the second, yeah, bro, I'm like, yes, whatever, dude.
No. Selvin says, Joan needs more games to prove what he's truly made of. I'm not worried with him between the sticks, though. It's been a while since I felt
No,
like
he will
that.
be okay. He will be okay because
Uh-huh.
as long as the back four are solid, he will be okay as
Uh-huh.
well.
MVP means just most valuable player.
Yeah,
But if just the man of the match, it was Lamine Yamal. Lamine
yeah,
Yamal
it makes
received
sense. It
the
makes sense though
man of the
that he
match.
was MVP that game because
Mm-hmm.
he delivered the assist and the goal and he did massive impact. Like the
Yeah.
other players, they played good as well, but not like that. The players
No.
like that we knew that what they can give. Again, it's the first game. It's hot right now. We'll wait till September to the end of the season. That's where they're gonna start cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's when we're going to be seeing Marc Bernal come back. I'm super, super excited to see him back.
Yeah, for sure.
Barcelona waiting a full year before they actually bring him on into the squad. Like he's been training with the Barcelona
He will
team.
play. He will play for sure, but like they're gonna do the Gavi treatment where like he will play some games, but not like full time.
Yeah, yeah. No, I do
Which is
not
smart.
expect
Which is smart for them to do.
I do not expect Marc Bernal to have consistent game time and I know a more important role until I would say the start of
Oh,
next year. Yeah.
Probably he'll start playing once he like probably like February or March at least. That's where he will get more game
Yeah,
time.
no,
But
he's gonna be involved October, November, December, but he's gonna be
like
coming in and
yeah,
out.
yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. Probably he'll play some couple of the reg games for sure, but not like the big games yet.
No.
Unless if he's built different, then yeah, sure, why not? You know?
Built different. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But all right, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the match reaction. It was a relatively uneventful second half, but as we said, Barcelona got the 3 points. We had our front three get on the score sheet. Marcus Rashford, he debuted. He had, I would say, 20, 30, 25 minutes roughly around there. Not too much, but looking at the circumstances of the match, Barcelona not playing too much intensity, couldn't do
Yeah.
much. And we're going to be looking towards these next upcoming games. Barcelona playing next weekend, next Saturday, against Levante. Barcelona in their review for a back-to-back La Liga title. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the watch along. NJ, thank you for stopping
Yeah.
by.
Thanks, man.
Guys, thank you to everyone joining in the chat and those who are watching. Thank you guys all. And as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.